Hi, welcome to Taste This TV. I'm Chef Joe Ciminera. You know, today we got a unique dish. We're talking about some venison. We're going to be doing some venison cutlets. And the thing about venison is it can be somewhat gamey. So no matter what good source you get it from, it doesn't matter. You can have the best, it could be grazing on the best lands and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. There's still always a little bit of a gaminess. And what I've found that always cuts through the gaminess is liver. That's right. Liver cuts through the gaminess of just about anything, right? But the way to make it look good in a sauce and a nice rustic bouillon is we're going to create that in just a moment and talk about some different products that we're going to be using. First, we're getting our venison only from GameButcher.com. Check them out. Go on their website, get it shipped directly right to your door. This venison right here is really looking nice. Nice color. We're going to cut that open in a minute. Next, we're going to be walking over to Newski's. Now, Newski's has been an old favorite on the show for, I got to say, 15 years. They make really good products. This smoked liver pate is going to go great to cut the gaminess. If there is any gamey flavor with that, I'm not sure, but it's just a good accompaniment also to make your sauce thicker. It's a thickening agent as well. So check them out. We're going to be using Cathedral Ridge wines today. Today we're going to be using their Winemaker's Reserve. This is their 2015. It's got a really, really nice, robust flavor here. You can see it. It's really nice. Blackberries, plums, aromas, bittersweet chocolate flavor is going to go great with especially pate, right? When you think about the flavor of this wine, combine everything else. And then we got Les Petits Vegetables from Fresh Origins and some other things. We also got some pork lardons, which are just pork fat that we're also going to be putting in there for some extra flavor. And we're going to be doing it right. And we're going to have a little dessert. Eat. Now, whenever you're doing something like a venison product or a roast or a top round that's not sliced into cutlets, this is. But I want to introduce to you a little bit of Cooper & Atkins, their thermometers. Now, really good product here because when you're talking about getting accuracy, and I'm talking about accuracy for temperatures, which is very important, especially to food service people and just anybody consuming product from the raw state to the cooked state, you want to make sure that it has the temperature that needs to be on there. So this thermometer, this digital thermometer from Cooper & Atkins is by far the best thermometer, an accurate thermometer on the market. But they don't stop there. They have a ton of other products. Check them out on their website. Float around a little bit. You as a foodie or could be a chef or just someone at home that loves to cook is going to be really, really happy with what they see on there. So I'm carrying this wherever I can. It's a digital thermometer, goes on easy. Put it in, get your reading, and you'll know exactly where you are. With the venison, depending if you like it rare or not, but my ideal mid-rare temperature here is going to be about 130. So that's what I want to see my venison or my beef or my roast kind of come out. Prime ribs, I like around like 165, 170, you know, all in the middle. So there's different probes and different temperatures. They even make probes that go inside the oven with the actual product as well. So you can just kind of take a peek. Well, let's get started on cooking. So now we're going to take our pan here. And the first thing we're going to do is look at our ingredients that we have here on the table and decide what needs to go first, what needs to go second. So we're gonna get a sear on the venison first because we want the flavor to remain in the pan. So let's open this up, see what we got. Really good product. Take another piece off like this. First of all, I love it how, look, they put the paper in between. They really did it right, okay? Because I don't want to be cutting this thing, and if you're not a trained butcher, you may screw it up. Here, this is perfect cuts. It's at the exact perfect way I want it. And what I'm going to do is pre-sear this, season it with a little salt, pepper, and then I'm going to make my sauce right there in the pan. You always want to wash your hands when you're doing stuff like this, especially touching a raw product. You don't want any cross-contamination. Or depending on who you're sitting with, maybe you do. All right, now, so we got our hot pan, and that's what we're going to need. We're going to return it back to the fire. We got a little bit of olive oil here. Now, olive oil, some people may say, what are you putting olive oil in there? It's got a low smoke point. If you know how to control your cooking, you can use olive oil for searing. Depending on a first cold-pressed olive oil, I wouldn't recommend it. We're going to take our cutlet and dab it with a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. We don't want to over salt this. We want the natural, salt will help the flavor come out, but we don't want to kill it. All right, now you know our pan is smoking hot. That's what we want. Let's test the waters with this. Still needs to be hotter. If it sticks to the pan, it's not hot, and we got to get this piping hot so that none of this stuff sticks to the bottom of it. So let's get it real hot on there. You don't necessarily need more oil. What I'm going to do is maybe throw a couple of pieces of butter when it's in there to really kind of take it to the next level. I think we're almost there. This is the same way a lot of people use non-stick pans to fry like omelets and stuff like that. I never do. You just need a hot pan. That's all you need. See? Should coat against there like that. That's exactly what we're looking for. Now remember, these are cut really thin, so we don't want to get a well done. Let's just get a quick sear. Man, that flavor is beautiful. Just looking to get a quick sear on these babies. Let's turn some over. That's it. See that sear? That's beautiful. That's what we're looking for. That's all I'm looking for. Do both sides. You notice I didn't salt both sides because we're going to have a lot of flavor from the sauce. The last thing I want to do is over salt anything. Let's take the cutlets off the fire. Let's put them down on here. This is definitely a rare sear. It's a mid-rare, but then there's going to be some carryover, right? You got to worry about the temperature that's going to carry over this. It's still cooking when you take it off. It's still hot. All right, so we're going to let that do its thing. Now look at all that residual pan flavor that we got in there. This is all flavor that's going to come back up. How are we going to get all that nice, beautiful, good stuff to surface up? Well, that's a term we use called deglazing, right? And we're going to take this beautiful wine. We're going to get all the flavor off the pan. That's going to be the starting of a dish. And I'm going to cook this down till it gets almost to be nappe or a syrup-like consistency. I want it to cook down because we're just going to coat these vegetables. These are petite vegetables. So you're not going to overcook these things, right? So the minute they get hot, they're going to be cooked throughout and they're going to have a little bit of a crunch, which is what you want. So this wine is going to be going down there. We're going to glaze it with a little bit of butter and onions. We got some really hot peppers here that we're going to throw just maybe 1 or 2 of them in there. We got our lardons. We talked about our pork fat, right? In there like so. And I think we're going to hold right now. Maybe not. We're going to put some of these mushrooms in there. Got some mushrooms, and then we're going to put the petite vegetables in there. Right? Now, look at this. Look at this, and then look at it in 2 minutes. It's going to really come together here, folks. Now, last but not least, we're going to take the liverwurst pate. And if you get a good liverwurst, this is going to help, and you don't need much. We're going to put this in the sauce, and it's going to basically evaporate. Right? Because there's nothing holding the liverwurst together but a little bit of gelatin. Look, see? Completely gone. It thickened our sauce. Flavorful. And our petite vegetables are crunchy, which is what we want. Now we're taking this off the flame. Look what we got here. Where are you going to go with that? Nice thick sauce, right? Your butter won't break because you got a nice fat content in there from another sauce that has a little bit of gelatin, which is good. All right, let's build this plate. Let's do what we do best. Taking our plate here. Now we're saying to ourselves, what needs to go on there? Now, we got some black truffle pesto that I made here, right? Black truffles, basil. I'm gonna put that down just on the side there. You can smell it, it's amazing. Now, we're gonna take our our venison, just like this. And this is really beautiful stuff. And as I mentioned, I like mine mid-rare, so you can't beat it. You got a good source of where your meat is coming from, don't worry about it. We got a little bit of baby beets, baby carrots, some lardons, as we said before. This is good stuff. Wow, look at this sauce. This is beautiful sauce. We're going right over the top of that. Wow. See, why would you want to kill it and cook it, well done? You don't get the flavor. Colors are important. You eat with your eyes before anything. And you do this dish in front of your friends, you are going to be the wow of the night. They better be coming over with some good pastries to top your cooking. And we're going to garnish it with some microgreens now. We have some Hearts of Fire microgreens. Beautiful, beautiful microgreens. Put some in the corner like that. You don't want to overpower the dish or kill it, maybe a couple on top. And if you wanted to, you could take some of these hot peppers. And that's it. I wouldn't do too much with this dish. Looks great the way it is. Nice venison dish. The only thing we really need to do at this point is to pour our reserve. This is our incredible reserve here. Catherine Ridge Winemaker's Reserve. Really just, let me air this baby out. Woo! I can already smell this and say that this is a perfect match. Wow. This is wine crafting at its best. You can't beat that. Like I said, if you wanted to probe your meat, you can always grab your Cooper and Atkins here to really test your temperature, especially in bigger pieces like roast and stuff like that. All right, I think we're going to end this show. We got everything here. Don't forget, we're going to be desserting with a little bit of Kringle. Today we're using their blueberry cheesecake. Now, don't forget that certain times of the year, Kringle makes the incredible chocolate eclair. That's out of this world. So wait for it to start production again and don't walk. Get to that phone, call that Kringle company, and get that eclair sent right to your house. Until then, we got a lot of great things we're going to be doing today, and one of my favorites is, of course, eating. Well, thank you for joining this fun-filled episode of Taste This TV. I'm your host, Chef Joe Ciminera. Remember, there never was any rules in cooking. There certainly isn't now. Taste this.